What's going on, guys? TheAireaidLord is here. Welcome back to another Walking Dead vlog. I know it's been a bit. My last vlog was about Better Call Saul, which, as I predicted, not as popular. This is one of the reasons I've tried to stick to just Walking Dead Walking Dead content on the channel, because I know most of you guys prefer that type of content, so I just saw an opportunity. I really liked Better Call Saul Season 5, so I really wanted to talk about it. Also, the only shows I've been watching recently have been Better Call Saul and Westworld, and actually freaking tomorrow is the finale of Westworld Season 3, so I'm quickly running out of shows. I've actually been binge watching The Wire. I've never seen The Wire. It's, of all of the HBO shows, Sopranos, Game of Thrones, The Wire was really the one that I hadn't seen it, and a couple of my friends and people, they've voiced that it's a great show to get into. 5 seasons, and I've watched 2 episodes so far. So there's just, in terms of The Walking Dead being indefinitely delayed, Better Call Saul concluded its 5th season. Westworld concluded its 3rd season. The only other thing I'm really waiting on is The Boys. The Boys, which is like an evil superhero show. The 2nd season is coming out this summer on Amazon Prime. As long as there's no post-production delays, I know from the actors on Instagram that they already finished filming a few months ago, so I'm glad about that. So that is the only new medium or media that I'm really holding on to as far as like new television goes. And that's one of the things I want to talk to you guys about, obviously pertaining to The Walking Dead. I saw an article. Comicbook.com is kind of the unofficial, or the official, I guess, in my view, source for Walking Dead news. And whenever there's a new update, other than checking out some of my other favorite YouTubers, and just kind of hearing from what's being said in the community, I rely on comicbook.com for a lot of news. So 2 things that came out recently was how this movie deal, or a fallout with this movie deal for the Rick Grimes movies, it's not going to allow it to be in theaters. I might discuss that later, but that's really concerning considering we barely know anything about the Rick Grimes movies besides from what Scott Gimple has said, and that 30-second nonsensical teaser that they had at San Diego Comic-Con last year. And then the other news, which is what this vlog is mainly about, is that on Friday, and I mentioned this in a previous vlog, on Friday nights, AMC has been running this new show, In with the Morgans. So Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who plays Negan, has been doing, from his home in upstate New York, where he lives on a farm with his 2 kids and his wife, and then he has a farm of a whole bunch of animals. He's a great guy. I mean, Jeffrey D. Morgan, I'd highly suggest follow him on Twitter and Instagram. He's just a lovable, great guy. I've now met him in person a few months ago back in October. He was sick and still fought through his illness to take pictures and greet with fans. And when I met him in person, one of the first things I said was, thank you so much for taking time to do this. I know you weren't feeling well, and it means a lot. And he complimented my Negan jacket. He's like, man, look at you. You look awesome. I'm like, hey, just dressing up as my favorite villain. So, or I guess anti-hero, depending on, if you take into account Negan's kind of rise post being locked up by Rick after his run as the leader of the Saviors. Everything that's been going on with him in the Whispers right now, you could kind of make a case as an anti-hero. But anyway, he's been doing this live action, because again, AMC probably is losing a lot of money in advertising, because they just, as I said, Saul has just concluded its 5th season. There is one more season of that show, season 6, but I'm gonna say we're not gonna get that until late 2021, at the earliest, season 6 of Better Call Saul. So, and then I know they have a few other shows, but I've never heard of any of their other shows really catching fire to any great degree. So The Walking Dead universe, I mean, we're talking Fear the Walking Dead, World Beyond, and the original show. They're banking on these shows to really drive their numbers up, and it's their heaviest hitter right now. And as you know, the season 10 finale is just indefinitely delayed. We have still no update. It's almost been a month, if you can believe it. It's almost been a whole entire month since we should have received episode 16 of season 10. And Jeffrey Dean Morgan said on his show the other night that he thinks that at the earliest it'll be 4 to 5 months, maybe 6. So we're talking like September, October time, which is normally when the next season of The Walking Dead. So that's when season 11 of The Walking Dead should be starting. And now, because of everything going on, we might just have this one-off episode that gives us conclusion to what was going on with the Whisperer Horde and Eugene's situation, meeting the Commonwealth, most likely, with Stephanie and also Princess alongside him. But it's just like, I know the writers right now, Angela Kang and the rest, are doing a lot of plotting and scripting for season 11. But I mean, pre-production, as it should, they usually start in May. That's been delayed. So I'm just, when Jeffrey Dean Morgan said that, it kind of dawned on me, because other things that have happened, I noticed that things that I haven't, been keeping up to date on the channel, but San Diego Comic-Con, which is something I follow for other major media announcements, that has been canceled. I think pretty much the first time San Diego Comic-Con has ever been canceled. And there's usually a Walking Dead panel at Comic-Con, and they launch the new trailer, and they have interviews, they have some new cast members, they preview the next season. All of that has been effectively taken away from us, unless they do some sort of live action, so kind of like the last few episodes of Talking Dead. If you guys remember when we had the actress who plays Princess, and we had, just for those last couple of episodes, I think it was for episodes 14 and 15, it was like Talking Dead Home Edition with Chris Hardwick. Could we see a home edition for the San Diego Comic-Con stuff that they usually do? But the thing is, they're not going to be able to do that because they haven't been filming any of their content. They haven't been filming anything for May, and there's just no way that you would show anything. There would be nothing to talk about unless you just wanted some generic panel where you're talking about the state of the show. But we've already had that. We've already had Chris Hardwick going over the show, talking about these last couple of episodes, how it sucks that we don't have an update on episode 16 yet. But Angela Kang did have that article in comicbook.com where she's like, oh, it should be really, really quick once the economy opens back up, at least in California, because again, it's state by state. And I don't cover, I've seen other YouTubers, like for example, my favorite Walking Dead YouTuber that I follow, because I know I make content for you guys, but I also like to stay connected to the community. Trev's Chan 2 is one that is probably, the Walking Dead guy. If you're thinking of like a Walking Dead vlogger, like he's the most insightful, I'd say. There are others that have kind of clickbait content that I don't prefer at all. But he's very factual. He does this kind of no edit style vlogs, and I really prefer his style. Just to give him a shout out. But he's been making vlogs about the coronavirus and conspiracies and different states that, I mean, he's Canadian, but he just looks at American news and talks about states that are opening up, and like I can't get into that. If you guys are looking for, I don't think anyone is, but if anyone's looking for that in my channel, this is definitely not the place for it. I try to keep everything on my channel entertainment based. I'm not gonna make 14 vlogs talking about this new drug or how many coronavirus cases and how many people have recovered and how many people have died. It's all pessimism in my view. And for me, just when I'm not doing stuff for my YouTube channel, I actually try to not go on my phone and look at the news, because on iPhone there's the Apple News that always continuously updates. I wish there's a way to disable that. If anyone knows a way to disable it, because you can lessen how much you can see, but you just can't like full on disable it. And without going into a rant here, I hate all news right now. I just want it to go dark. I understand that it's there to keep people informed, but it's not helpful. You know, if I start watching the news either on TV or just looking at it on my phone, it derails me. It completely derails me from making vlogs for you guys or doing writing in my spare time or just trying to be productive overall and do things and use this time in an effective manner. It distracts from that. And every single day, there's a new update. Some state is opening this. Some state is restricting that. Another state has a deadline. You know, one state is not doing as well as another state. And we're talking about the United States of America because obviously I live in the United States of America. And I can tell you that it's just not helpful. And the reason I'm bringing this all up is because right now the state of Georgia has relaxed restrictions, but California, in which they need to do all of the post-editing for the season 10 finale, if California decides to start loosening restrictions, then that will give us a timeline as to when the season 10 finale will be completed. Because as I mentioned, Angela Kang said in that comicbook.com article that once they can get back to the studio, they can do all of the post effects, and then the episode will be able to they can release it finally. So in terms of news, like obviously I can limit certain things, but I'll for you guys, I'm going to want to know when California starts to relax restrictions, because then I'll know generally when the season 10 finale is going to be released. So that's all. That's just my view. And again, anyone, you can watch the news or look at it, and everyone's situation varies greatly. So I'm going to, not make some blanket statement for you guys, but just for me, like I gotta weather the storm. I gotta kind of control the pace at which my mind absorbs materials, and every form of media. And I'm a media studies guy, so every form of media that I study, it's like I've studied, it was my major in college, and so any form of media that you consume, it has an effect, a cognitive effect on you long term, whether that's positive news, negative news, informational, historical. It has an effect that's an unconscious effect that you might not be aware of, but it builds on you in the long term. So knowing that, I'm trying to combat how I consume news, but if it's within the realm of entertainment for The Walking Dead, I will gladly try and figure out what the hell is going on so that you guys know what's going on for The Walking Dead. Again, there are many more experts out there who can talk about the coronavirus and what's going on. It's again a situation that builds in some way every single day. And I can speak for many that nobody assumed it would be this bad. This is completely unprecedented times, the fact that everyone's just stuck indoors. Again, every state is different, and other countries are different too. Everyone's dealing with this, wherever your region that you're in, they're all dealing with it on a different scale and a different level. So, just continue to listen to the best advice and deal with your own, I guess, individual unique situation. But I guess for this vlog, I'm just kind of, as the title insinuates, I'm just very concerned about the future of The Walking Dead, because we're most likely not going to get a season 11 trailer, maybe until the end of the year. Season 10, the final episode, that's not going to come out until maybe the end of the year. If we're going to base this off of Jeffrey Dean Morgan's prediction that he made the other night, we're not going to see that finale for a long freaking time. Might be, honestly, a longer wait. A longer wait than we usually have for just the next season. Like, if you remember last year when season 9 ended, until that first couple weeks in October when when season 10 began, that might be a shorter, it's crazy to think that might be a shorter duration than what we might have to wait for the season 10 finale. Now, companies are going to start chomping at the bit. And the thing is, companies in other sectors, especially the restaurant industry, is really starting to attack these stay-at-home orders because it's affecting their business. And the economy is it's like this is a twofold problem. Obviously, there's the virus and there's the economy. If you're talking from AMC's perspective, they're like, I can't imagine they're going to want this to drag on for too long. They're going to be like, people are we're just going to lose viewership. The longer you drag this out, more and more people are just going to drop from watching The Walking Dead. I mean, they were already struggling to retain viewers. I know they had AMC streaming and Premiere, and so ranking episodes in quality and traction just by total viewers, and what is that thing? The Nielsen ratings? Like Nielsen ratings, like I don't know how AMC is judging the successful, like how successful The Walking Dead is, but I hope they have updated algorithms to determine that, because there are other methods, even before the coronavirus, there were updated, newer methods, apps and streaming that people were using to watch The Walking Dead, whereas during Season 4 and Season 5 of The Walking Dead, a lot of those services weren't available, so all of the viewership was on a live 9 p.m. Sunday cable network basis. So I don't know how AMC is going to fight to have this episode, because I would imagine some executives at AMC are like, hey, Angela Kang, like, if we, sneak you and a few employees into the studio, can you get this episode out? Because it's just the weight. People are going to get pissed off, and they're going to lose their viewership, because think about the plan that AMC had. This was supposed to be the year of The Walking Dead. You were supposed to have the Season 10 finale, and then all of April and May, which is what I was going to focus on for you guys on my channel. It was going to be World Beyond, this kind of Stranger Things Walking Dead show. And it looked a little corny with these, weird high school teenagers going through the zombie apocalypse, but it deals with the CRM, the helicopter group that took Rick, and I wanted to, it's only a 2-season thing. It's a short 2-season thing, which I believe then links to the Rick Grimes movies, which is why it's only 2 seasons. So I was very intrigued to watch this, because I'm like, okay, this isn't going to be a 4, 5, 6, 7 season show where I'm getting bored like Fear the Walking Dead, where I'm pulling my hair out of my head because there's no end game for this show. Now we know the end game, and it links to the Rick Grimes movies and the CRM and this greater plot that The Walking Dead's trying to establish. I was like, oh, this is awesome. Like, I'm going to have a lot of content and stuff to talk to you guys about for the rest of this year. Now that it's all been ripped away, just ripped out of the ground. And again, much like many things that we were all trying to do, where, sports. Think about sports. If you guys watch basketball or baseball or other sports, those aren't happening right now. NBA finals, the NHL finals. It's tough, man. And again, I don't like lingering on it, so I'm going to try not to, but me trying to give you guys updates, it's going to link back to it. Like, I can't talk about one without talking about the other. So that being said, let's just hang in there. I'm just kind of worried. This is kind of the question of this vlog. Are you guys concerned about the future of the Walking Dead universe? And when I say universe, I mean the Rick Grimes movies, the original show, Fear the Walking Dead, and this new World Beyond show that has been delayed as well. Are you guys, I'm assuming you're going to watch all of this stuff when it eventually airs, but are you concerned that garnering new viewers and appealing, as AMC had hoped, right after the Season 10 finale, the same night we were supposed to get World Beyond, like all of the things they were trying to do, are you guys concerned about this, about the strategy? What do you think is going to happen? And just kind of drop a comment and let me know. And again, I don't want to go MIA on the channel, because it's harder to talk about new Walking Dead things. comicbook.com is a great tool, but to some degree, I'm going to have to think of new stuff. Like, I was going to do a vlog, like, what's my favorite Walking Dead season? Almost like some Walking Dead trivia. Stuff that I did last year. I had, like, that Versus series where I took two factions from the Walking Dead universe and pitted them against each other. So it was like the Saviors versus the Whisperers, or the Whisperers versus the Wolves, or the Saviors versus the Wolves, or the Saviors versus Terminus. Lots of, like, what-if scenarios. Just hypotheticals, throwing, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat style kind of showdowns between adversaries that we've seen in the past. So yeah, let me know if you guys kind of want to see that. I'm taking things day by day, and really the updates trickle in, and I've just been frustrated. AMC has really gone radio silent, other than flashbacks and, hey, remember this scene from season 2, and remember Shane, and remember the governor. It's like, all right, the throwback stuff, all right, yeah, that's cool for a little bit, but it's been a month. Like, you can't sustain the show by just linking back to the past and all they're doing is trying to pacify people. People probably are like, where's the finale? Where's the finale? Where's the finale? Where's the finale? And AMC has no answers because they can't open as a business because of what's going on in California. So, anyway, that's about all I can really say about this. Trying to give you guys as much updates as I can, but for now, that's all I got. So, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Stay safe out there. Stay home if you can. Use common sense. The saying that I love is that common sense isn't so common. But it's called common sense because there's some rationality involved in it. So try to be a little rational, all right? It's the more we can do to help each other, the better the circumstances will be once this is all over. So can we just take that to heart? And you know what? Maybe if you take these measures, that'll help accelerate when California can reopen and relax some of its restrictions of staying at home. And The Walking Dead finale can come out sooner rather than later. Because, let me tell you, I will be the first person. I will be doing a reaction video and a review, and then an overall review of Season 10 once that's done. Again, all of the normal vlogs that I'd usually do, I will do them once I have the ability to do them. So, alright. That's all I really wanted to say. Peace out, guys. Thanks. See you later.